What's going on, everyone? I'm Zach.
And I'm John, and welcome back to Whiskey Neck Pour.
This week we're going to be jumping into a two-part series where we're going to be looking at 6 different ryes. We're going to do 3 ryes for this episode this week, and then the next 3 for next week. So for next week's video, we've got a Blue Run High Rye, we've got a Michter's Straight Rye, and then we've got the Alberta Premium Cask Strength. For this week, John's got those bottles.
Yeah, so we're going to bring another new player on the market. You know, they've been around since 2017, New Riff. They've been doing a lot of good things out of Kentucky. So I'm actually pretty excited about this bottle. For any of you rye drinkers, I'm sure I don't need to introduce Wild Turkey. Been around the block one or two times. Really strong bottle, especially for the rye. A lot of rye drinkers have been giving this a lot of praise. And then obviously bringing the Buffalo Trace into it. We have the Colonel. We have E.H. Taylor Rye. This is probably one of the bottles out of the lineup that I'm most hype about. But to keep it fair, we're going to taste every one of them individually. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a blind taste test and rate each one of these bottles 1 through 10 corks. And that way, we know we're not getting caught up in the hype of the bottle itself, but we're actually getting caught up in the actual rye whiskey itself. So I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, let's get started. First impression, it's very sweet to me, but in a good way. You can smell the ether, but at the same time, I'm definitely getting kind of a warm and fuzzy smell from that, if that makes any sense.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time. I'm getting a lot of that oak, some of that spice that comes with ryes.
Have you ever gone into like a nail salon before? And like got hit with that overwhelming smell of nail polish.
It's like the alcohol smell, yeah.
Slightly getting that here.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. It smells like so I've heard people describe bourbons and whiskeys as funky. I don't know really what that, it's probably going to mean something different for everybody, but this smells kind of funky. Almost musty. Kind of on that earthy side. It's interesting.
Well, let's give it a taste. Whoa.
Okay. That's pretty good.
It's definitely bringing some Kentucky heat. It's got a little burn going down.
A little Kentucky Bang Bang over there for you.
Kentucky Bang Bang for our viewers. I can definitely taste the barrel. I mean, I don't know how long they're aging this. I think if it was about 4 years, anywhere from 4 to 5.
So aged at least 4 years. So there's no age statement on it.
What does that even mean? At least 4 years, like 4 years in 1 day, 4 years in 2 days.
Could be
very vague.
Could be 5 years. Could be 6 years. You don't know. At least 4 years. This is bottled at barrel proof without chill filtration. So they're trying to avoid altering it as much as possible.
That's another good point to bring about this bottle. Out of the lineup we have here today, this is probably the only single barrel that we're going to be having in the lineup. Yeah. So I definitely can appreciate that, every barrel might taste a little different. So you as the viewers, you might get a little different, tasting us than we do because every barrel is different at the end of the day.
Yeah. So this was distilled in the spring of 2017 and then bottled in the spring of 2021. Just for tasting notes, it's got a lot of the sort of rye spice you would expect. It's not overbit. I mean, it's pretty. It's not super complex. There's a little bit of. You can definitely taste the charred.
Yeah.
Oak. The spice from it being a rye is pleasant. I'm not a huge rye guy, but this is not hateful.
Yeah. I
could sip on this. Yeah,
I think I'm a little different. I think I'm more of I tend to kind of fall on that rye side. I definitely like the ryes. To me, New Riff, you know what's going on. You know what you're doing. Kudos to you. You made a really good rye.
Yeah.
1 to 10 on a cork scale. I'm gonna rate this just in the rye category because if you put this against everything else, it's not really fair. 1 to 10. Man, I'm gonna go hard on this one, and I hope I don't regret it in the blind taste test here. Make a fool out of myself. But I'm gonna go with 7. I'm gonna go with a 7 out of 10 on the cork scale here. This is solid.
Yeah, I think I would probably agree with you on a 7.
That's high. We're setting the benchmark here.
Seven's not hateful. I mean, it's we've got some other heavy hitters that are coming up, so I'd be interested to see kind of how these play out. But so far, this has been pretty solid. This is pretty good. Wild Turkey. All right.
This one I'm pretty hype about. This one, if you're a rye drinker, you really say some positive things about it. As a tater, I want to be honest with you guys. I didn't want to open this one. I found this one during my travels of work. And it's funny, me and my coworker both found one, and they had two. So obviously my coworker tried grabbing two, and I was like, "Come on, man, you got to let me get that other one." So we did, and I was really lucky about that.
Where did you find these at?
We found these down in North Carolina, traveling through work. Hope my job's not watching because we would never search for whiskey during work. This was definitely when we were off work doing this, so we did get it.
I'm going to let you do the honors. This is your bottle. So
come on, man. Pour it in. Pour it in.
Gosh.
Let's add to it.
All right. We're going to do the neck pour here real quick. All right. So we're going to grab some fresh glasses here.
Now, this is going to be a little higher of a proof. I think this is, what, 112?
Let me see. We're looking at 112.2 proof. Yep.
Okay. So, high expectations for this bottle. Totally different experience smelling it.
Almost smells kind of like bubblegum.
It's funny you say that. I literally was thinking, like, you ever had that, like, sweet pink bubblegum that comes in the package?
Hubba Bubba.
Man, I'm tasting some Hubba Bubba here.
Oh, that smells good. It's real sweet. Much sweeter than the new Riff. Oof. Man, I started too high.
I get the hype.
I started too high.
So
this is for something that's 112 proof. Doesn't drink 112 proof. Feels like it's maybe 100.
Feels great. Doesn't burn going down. It's good on the palate. It's smooth. It's rich.
You've got some nice spices from the rye, like baking spices.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of what I'm picking up from this.
The after finish is incredible. It's like you don't taste any of the barrel, but then at the very, very end of it, once it's like had a chance to kind of like sit back there, it's like I'm definitely getting a little bit of it, which I appreciate because obviously it sat in a barrel at least 4 years, which isn't a long time.
Man, this is something else. This is good. A little bit of that char and that oakiness, a lot of those baking spices. It does have a little bit of the kick from the rye. This is good. I think
I started too high, giving New Riff a 7.
I think New Riff was good at a 7. This is like an 8.
You know, I hate to do it. I'm gonna back it down. I'm giving New Riff a 6. This is an 8. This isn't even on the same level as New Riff. It's not.
Yeah, this is very good.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see if you can pick that out though during the blind.
I feel confident about this one. This is completely unique. You know, if you had to pick between the two bottles, I know which one I'm picking all day.
E.H. Taylor?
You know, I'm a little worried about the Colonel here today. I'm a Colonel fanboy, like Zach was saying. And the fact that we just tried the Wild Turkey and it was so strong, I'm having a hard time believing this can even remotely stand up to him. But
yeah,
Colonel's been around since the 1800s, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Wild Turkey was something else. I get the hype. I've never had the rare breed rye before, so that was impressive.
No disrespect to the Colonel, but we are gonna obviously neck pour you. That was a decent little neck pour there.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a heavy neck pour. Kind of like the stag from a couple weeks ago, right?
If anybody saw that video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, that got stuck. So that's why that got poured so much.
It's just making our Infinity Barrel every bit a little better.
Yeah. Every episode a little better. Okay. I'm getting bubblegum again.
Look, I'm a fanboy. This is great. This is going to be a 10. I love it.
I don't know about 10. Bubblegum for sure.
It already smells great. E.H. Taylor's been doing great things. What I love about it is, you know, it's bottled in bond. What is there not to like about E.H. Taylor?
Yeah.
I'm sure the comments are going to say something different.
Oh, gosh.
But
Yeah, that bubblegum sweetness is just overwhelming.
It's so sweet.
I don't know why is that. I'd be curious to know if anybody else would like to leave a comment and just let us know.
Yeah.
Are bubblegum notes something that you guys experience with Rise? Because especially for the E.H. Taylor and the rare breed, those are definitely big things coming through on the nose.
And full disclosure, me and Zach, we're not just chewing bubba gum.
Hubba bubba bubba bubba.
So we are giving this a best shot as we can.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit of like sweet fruit. I don't know.
I am going to regret saying this because I know in a blind taste test, I know when you put all these together.
Ooh. That does not taste as good as it smells.
Me being a fanboy, I'm going to tell you right now, this is it for me. I love it. I love it.
Oof. Just looking at it, that rare breed is still got it for me. I don't know.
There is not as much flavor in this one compared to the Wild Turkey, but to be fair, I wouldn't expect it to because we're talking about different proofs here, right? We're talking about 100 versus a 112. This is going to be a little lighter on what I call the Kentucky Bang Bang. This is a very, very well-crafted, Kentucky rye. It's very well blended. This is something where I think you could take this to a party and the average person that doesn't really have a palate for rye or whiskey in general, this is something that you don't have to put on ice. You can drink it neat, and you can enjoy it for what it is. And I think anybody, for the most part, would like this. It's a solid pour for me. I would tie this with the Kentucky. I would tie this with a Wild Turkey.
Something we didn't talk about with the new Riff and the rare breed, the hunt, like being able to find these bottles. So let's actually talk about that for a second because anything with E.H. Taylor on it is hard to find.
Straight up, this is a lottery bottle where we live. If you guys live in a place where it's not controlled by an ABC board or controlled by your local government, right? This is definitely going to have a secondary value on it that is probably 2 to 3 times what MSRP on the bottle is, maybe even 4 times. Definitely an affordable bottle. So I would tell the viewers hey, if you can spend the $200 on the bottle, it's definitely worth it. Let alone you find it at MSRP, it's a no-brainer. I'm buying it every day. But even at $200, I'd buy it. I would. I definitely would like to have one of these laying around in my collection. This is a solid 8 for me, for sure. But kind of piggybacking off what you were saying about some of these other bottles, like the new Riff, we don't have the luxury of getting this bottle here in Virginia, but you can go almost anywhere and find this. And then the Wild Turkey, again, this isn't quite a crazy hard bottle to find, but at the same time, if you see it, I would absolutely grab it. I've noticed that, there's not a crazy secondary pricing on this bottle right here. There's definitely a little bit of a market for it, but it is pretty widely available if you can find it. They go quick, though, because people snag it because it's just a solid pour for the money.
This is, I don't know I don't know if there is a secondary market for this.
It's pretty small. Yeah.
I would imagine this is just, the rare breed seems to be just on a very different level from the other two, for me anyway. Yeah. So to touch on this E.H. Taylor real quick, for me, this is probably going with, I'm going to give this one a 7.
Wow. Okay.
I liked the rare breed a whole lot more. The new Riff was also good. Maybe I would do the E.H. Taylor as a 7.5. But the big thing for me about E.H. Taylor is that they're so hard to find. Like these, again, lottery. So Virginia back in November did a release where people literally waited outside us all night for
Taters.
Yeah. So this was one of the ones that they had on that special release. So if you showed up probably 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, this was something you probably would have been able to get. Not something as easily obtainable as the rare breed. So that's why the rare breed's going to get the 8 for me.
Yeah. And I think that's what I love about the bourbon community is there's really no other community that will literally spend the night outside of an ABC store and literally spend the whole night out there or spend a couple hours out there to get a bottle. So just a fun time. But we are going to blind taste test these and get an honest opinion.
So what we're going to do is we're gonna go 1, 2, and 3. Try to figure out which one we think is the best in our opinion, and then we'll find out which one is which at the end.
I'm pretty confident I'm going to nail this on the head, but we're going to find out.
You think?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and start with 1 here and see what we got. Oh, dang it.
New Riff. Confident. Don't even need to taste it.
You think it's a new Riff?
It's New Riff.
Yeah, that's definitely new Riff. Okay, we'll go to number 2 here. See what this one. Less bubblegum. I'm not getting any. This is different. Maybe this is new Riff.
As a
You're messing with my head.
Kernel fanboy, I will confidently say this is E.H. Taylor before my sip, but for the viewers, I will sip. Might be wrong. That is Wild Turkey.
Let's try 3 here. Okay, 3 is definitely Wild Turkey. Just on the nose.
Yes. New Riff, E.H. Taylor, Wild Turkey. I feel very confident in that decision. So I am going to stick with that. My favorite out of the 3 is number 2. Which is E.H. Taylor. I'm confident.
Without knowing what is what. 3 is definitely my favorite.
Okay.
And then 2 and then 1.
Yeah, this is New Riff.
Okay, so if you were gonna rank these, so 1, 2, and 3 for me. What do you have for you?
This is so different than the rest of them. It's like, I don't want to say it's bad.
It's not bad. It's different. It's just not.
Is it worth you buying it on the shelf if you see it? Yeah, yeah, it is. Deep down, this is the better one.
3 is the better one for you?
Even though I know I'm going against the Kernel.
Well, you don't know that. You just think that.
This is the Kernel. It's very great, but this has the Kentucky Bang, the Kentucky Kiss Kiss. That is
Kentucky Kiss Kiss.
That is the heat that you seek when you drink.
Yeah, it does have a lot of heat.
So
you can feel it kind of.
If I was going for heat, I'm going this one right here. But if I'm just going for like an overall new experience for somebody, I do think that I would want to introduce them to the Kernel. But that being said, I am confident that this is New Rye, this is E.H. Taylor, this is
New Riff, E.H. Taylor, and then
Rare Breed.
Excuse me. Okay, what are we looking at?
So 1 is actually E.H. Taylor.
Woo!
And then 2 is New Riff.
Okay.
And 3 is
Rare
Wild
Breed.
Turkey.
Okay.
New Riff. You're doing things right.
Look at that. The E.H. Taylor fanboy put it as dead last. Granted, it's only 3 bottles, but still.
You know, I think this is exactly why we do this, because it's like, I get caught up in the bottle, and the truth of it is, New Riff did a better job. And I said it, this is unique, right? Like, I said it, but at the end of the day, like, New Riff they did a better job. I outranked it.
We've actually got 3 new bottles for next week. We are going to be looking at the Alberta Premium Cask Strength, Blue Run High Rye, and a Michter's Straight Rye. So the Alberta Premium obviously is the bottle that won double gold 2020 and 2021 at the San Francisco Spirit Awards.
This is essentially like, the rye of the ryes right now. Even though it's a Canadian rye, we're not going to hold it against it. And it's not a Kentucky rye. It is supposedly one of the best ryes out there on the market. Then you got Blue Run, new player in the field. They started out with some really strong products. Some people are kind of saying they've kind of, sold themselves by just kind of dumping a lot of things out there. However, me personally, I've kind of enjoyed every one of their bottles so far that I've got my hands on. And then we kind of move on to the Mitchers, who's been doing this kind of forever, right?
Yeah, Michter's is obviously, they've been around for a while. This is their rye, kind of their standard offering. It's definitely going to be a lower proof, so we understand that, kind of looking at the comparison between the three of these. These are the bottles we're going to be looking at for next week. If you like this video, please make sure to like it. Leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate feedback. If there's anything you want us to try and review that we haven't already or that you're interested in looking at, let us know. We'll see if we can get that worked in.
Yeah. Tater Nation out.